What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. It is October 22nd. We are on the road to WWE Hell in a Cell. We are joined, as always, by Denise Five Jobs Salcedo.
What's up?
She was bragging about it off the air. You know where you can find her. Just type anything into Google, and she's gonna have a job there. So what's even matter? We don't even need to do the plugs. But we are joined by Izzy.
Hi, what's up?
We're so glad to have you on. I put out a call recently. I was like, hey, I want to have some new faces on. And somebody even mentioned you, and then we got in touch. And I love it. We've got Izzy on the air. You have your own YouTube channel. You've got the hot tag. You're interviewing all kinds of wrestlers. A lot of stuff going on with you.
Yes, definitely. And for people who don't know, it's Izzy Mania across the board. Make sure you put in the "it's" because a lot of people forget it, but no biggie. But I'm just so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, we do have Hell in a Cell to predict. Kind of. There are 4 matches confirmed. I like to do these on Tuesdays because it gives people time to watch them, but we waited until Thursday to see if there would be more matches. So what we're going to do after we make our predictions, we might just throw out some ideas like what matches do you think might get added? But the ones that have been added, Jeff Hardy versus Elias. Elias is still mad because I don't think he watches SmackDown. I don't think that he knows that Jeff Hardy didn't actually run him over. Izzy, who do you think wins this one? Elias returned with a vengeance recently.
Well, let me just say this storyline has been going on for a while because it's kind of started ever since Elias was ran over by Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
But I really think Elias is out for a revenge and he's going to win. I feel like he's going to have his moment.
Denise, what do you think?
I 100% agree with Izzy. I think that Elias, with his grand return, this is a time to make a big bang. So why not? I definitely see him winning this match by far.
I think Elias is winning this one too. I think he's going to come back. He's going to get that momentum. And I mean, he had the concert. I didn't think that the concert was terrible this week either. Denise, you didn't like it, but I did.
What? I didn't say I didn't like it. Did I say I didn't like it? That is such a lie. I didn't say that at all. I said it was fine.
Izzy, what did you think of his concert?
I loved it. I was into it. I didn't know the song, but I was good for you, Elias. You're finally not being interrupted. Like I said, you're having your moment. Go after it, man.
Yeah, that is. I mean, he got interrupted during his encore, but not during his original song. And that doesn't happen much. 95% of the time, Elias is getting interrupted. And he's got a new album dropping. Jeremy and Joe are actually going to cover that on The Distraction. They're going to review his album.
Ooh,
I have
to listen to the album now.
Yeah.
Hey, he's going head to head against some of the biggest artists, by the way, with that album. Because Ariana Grande is coming out with a new album. Taylor Swift ran through 2020, and Adele is coming out with a new album. And then Elias.
What? That is okay, I'm sorry, but Elias can't compete with them. He really can't. But I will give him credit. He has a whole new band. So that looks very professional. So I give him credit for that.
Reminder, guys, if you're watching live, you can donate a super chat. We'll read it on the air. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe. That stuff helps. Also, go over to Denise and Izzy's channels. Subscribe as well. We will add the links in the description below. Evan Wright says the concert and Jericho MJF stuff both ruled this week.
Sir, we're not talking about the other brand. We're talking about WWE.
The other brand, she says.
The other brand.
This is the best moment ever in Fightful history right here.
Yes.
Well, we have a Hell in a Cell WWE title match. Drew McIntyre against Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton. I love Drew McIntyre. I didn't see a need for a third one, but I think that Drew is still going to emerge victorious here. Denise, I think that if Orton was going to win the title, it would have happened in one of the first 2 matches. What do you think?
Well, I definitely don't think that Randy Orton needs the title. And, he's been losing as of late to Drew McIntyre, but it's Randy Orton. He could afford a couple of losses. So I don't think that he's going to end up winning this. I do think that it's going to be Drew McIntyre. And I feel that the only logical feud after this for Drew McIntyre is obviously AJ Styles. And many of us can guess that's where they're going, especially after the WWE draft. So I definitely see Drew McIntyre retaining on this one, but I am excited to see what they're going to do in this Hell in a Cell match.
Izzy, how about you? Pretty high stakes here.
Well, I am the odd one out. I think Randy is going to win. You know, he is hungrier than ever. You've seen his promos, and like, I don't think there's going to be any legends to help out Drew McIntyre. Like, this is Randy's time. I am so excited for him to be holding up that title. And Denise, I love that you were saying how AJ might be the next contender, and I'm totally down with that. But I think it might work with Randy being champion.
It's not the only world title match that we have. We have Roman Reigns against Jey Uso, Universal title, and I love this twist. I quit inside Hell in a Cell. I think that is a great addition. We've seen things this year like the casino ladder match, where it's like kind of like a Royal Rumble, but a gauntlet and a ladder match in AEW. We've seen some twists on the fight pit, the traditional cage format. Now we're seeing it with Hell in a Cell and the I Quit match. And we have a super chat. Somebody says, chances of a DQ finish and how many inside the cell. I don't think we're seeing one this year. I think they learned from last year, Denise. Denise, you were there in the venue doing the watch along with X-Pac and a bunch of people while they did a DQ. I get the feeling they're not doing one this year.
I really hope they don't, because that was not a very fun position to be in whatsoever, especially when you have the what the heck is going on face and you can't even explain it whatsoever. So, I mean, it did help in the sense of a lot of people were pissed and a lot of people were talking about it. And I know that so many people that did podcasts for that they had really good numbers. I think you mentioned the same thing, Sean. And so at the same time, I'm like, okay, if people are going to get really upset and triggered, it could benefit us. But at the same time, it's like, well, I really hope I never see something like that ever again, because it really just disregarded the whole entire purpose of a style match.
Izzy, do you think that there's a possibility of another, like, no finish, like no contest DQ in a cell?
Well, I really hope that doesn't happen because, you know, Hell in a Cell, like, it's kind of its own thing. And also, there's no way for people to interfere because you're, like, in a cage. So, like, there's no, like, opening up the cage and be like, hello. So if that was happening, I could see Jimmy maybe interfering, but I definitely don't want that to happen. Like, I want Roman and Jey to have their own match, do their own thing, and I think it's going to be really good.
Who do you think's winning that one?
Ooh, I definitely don't think Jey is ready to hold a title or is ready to get the beating that Roman is going to give him. So Roman is retaining on Sunday.
I'm with you as well. I think Roman Reigns is going to win this, and I think that Roman will say, no, I don't want you to say that you quit. I want you to call me the tribal chief. Denise, how do you see this
Roman
one?
Reigns all the way. I know that this match is essentially going to be Jey just getting brutalized. And, you know, I'm going to be pretty excited to see that as well. That may sound pretty darn evil, but I just know that it's going to be entertaining. So, but definitely Roman Reigns all the way. And I love the fact that they did add the I Quit portion of it because it just makes it so much more grander because it's sort of, you know, you're taking away his man card essentially by making him quit. So I like it.
Anakin JMT sends a super chat and says, so excited to see Izzy. She inspired me in my 30s to start making content. Can't wait to see you in the ring in a few years. Is that something Is that something you still plan on doing?
Heck yes. You know, for now, I just thought, like, I love to talk about wrestling. I really want to share my love with everybody, like, watching wrestling. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's start my own show. But thank you so much. That is the sweetest comment. Thank you. You guys rock.
Evan Wright says, got to get Randy versus Edge at Mania for the title. A total KO Goldberg situation. I don't know if that one needs the title, but I mean, we'll see. It's all possible. Reminder, guys, thumbs up, subscribe, donate a super chat if you want your question or statement read on the air. The match I'm most excited for that's set for this show, a match that I think could have headlined WrestleMania, Bayley versus Sasha Banks. And this one's tough to call. If only we had somebody on this panel that has some experience with these two. I just don't know where we could find somebody.
I don't know.
Izzy, are you still a Bayley fan after all that has happened?
Yes, I am.
Ooh.
I've been like waiting for this change from her. Like, I feel like I've talked about this for years and it's like finally here. This is the year of the role model, not the year of some jealous snake. In this case, it's Sasha Banks. I still have a grudge with Sasha. I don't know who the heck steals kid's bow. maybe a psycho. But anyways, I really feel like this is going to be a cool way to really just end the story. Obviously with Hell in a Cell, and it's kind of like a way of like, oh, we're making history. Even though they've done Hell in a Cell matches before for women. But I think it's definitely going to be a cool moment to see, you know, Sasha and Bayley in the cell for kind of like the final time. I think Bayley is going to win. I feel like she's going to retain. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to be super happy.
I think there's a lot of story to tell here, and I think that it is not ending at Hell in a Cell. I would not be shocked to see this go through WrestleMania, honestly, and to me, I looked at this and I said, you know what? This is probably the best suited thing for WrestleMania main event. Roman Reigns has come back, so we don't really know how that will end up. But Denise, what do you think? Izzy's got Bayley retaining. I am shocked to hear that.
I am definitely agreeing with Izzy on this one. I have Bayley as well. But what I think that they should do, and since, like you said, you see this going all the way to WrestleMania, and I kind of hope that it does because that was already the original idea that I was expecting for this. But I would like it if Bayley added on her contract, essentially, like hey, if I win today, like that's it. You can no longer like face me whatsoever anymore. But then have Sasha Banks win the Royal Rumble, and then she would have to do it. So something like what you saw with Lex Luger and Yokozuna, just bring that back, and they can definitely do it with Sasha and Bayley here, especially because my original idea was completely thrown out of the water. So I hope that they do something like this instead. I think it would be cool and a nice way to really make an impact with this if she were to win the Royal Rumble, because then people would be like, oh my God, it's really happening. Like Bayley thought she was going to get away with it. And no, she's not. Sasha has a plan B, or could have a plan B.
Now, could we see Charlotte returning on Sunday? You know, I was thinking, I've seen her social media. She's been like posting a lot about her, like in her ring gear and stuff. So I like, if this like was some interference, I could definitely see Charlotte like somehow getting involved in this match. And I would be totally down with it as long as she helps Bayley win. So I'm just saying.
Man, there's a lot of possibilities right now. And Charlotte is on Raw, but if it's on a dual branded show like Hell in a Cell, I don't mind that. They're all there. This isn't like somebody just breaking the brand split. They're all there at the venue already. So it would make a lot of sense, and you can kind of create that situation that Denise mentioned. My big question, if Taylor Swift and Bayley have a fight, who's going to win?
Oh, no. Oh.
Are you starting a fight between Izzy and I?
No.
Who does that?
Denise, I'm sorry to pop your bubble, but I'm not the biggest fan of Taylor Swift. I do not like her new album. It is not the greatest. It's sounds
trash.
Very,
Say it. It's trash.
It's trash.
Yes!
It's depressing.
No, you made her say that. You made her say that.
Yes. No, it really is. It really is. You know, like, I don't know. There's something about it that I get like so down in the dumps. Like when I hear like the song, I don't know. I don't know which one it is, but they all sound the same. Like old Taylor Swift was so good. Like Bad Reputation, like bring that back. Like, you know. I'm sorry, Denise.
You are an evil man, Sean. You are an evil man.
Izzy's going to pop out of here with the Bayley haircut, the Bayley heel turn haircut soon.
I kind of have it.
Do.
Like,
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. A lot of people say, "Did you get your hair cut because of her?" And I'm like, no, I like short hair. It's like, it's nice.
I cannot be mean to Izzy, okay? I am not that kind of person. But you know what? I am gonna, you know what? I respect Izzy's opinion. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna go off because I like Izzy. But I will say this. I will promise you that I will make Izzy change her mind about folklore. Way, somehow. I don't know, Izzy. We got to get together. I will make it happen, okay?
No,
I do not tolerate the slander on folklore, which is considered one of Taylor Swift's greatest albums. Wait, did you like Lover? Are you more of like the happy vibe? Is that what it is? More of the happy vibe?
Yeah, but Lover, like, I didn't really listen to that. I was really into like Bad Reputation, like all that.
Like the Reputation era?
Yeah, that was really good. Sean is like going off right now.
See, okay. You know what? I can't hate you for that. You know why? Because Reputation is my favorite Taylor Swift album. Yes. So I respect that opinion.
Yes. So like her song, The Man, is really good, but it reminds me too much of Becky Lynch, which is like kind of an issue when you're a wrestling fan. But overall, it's a great song. Sean, I feel yes.
Hold on. Becky Lynch said she wanted to be part of the music video. I mean, it didn't get to happen. And Taylor Swift is friends with The Rock. She had The Rock to do that portion of the video with her.
I feel like Sean is like has no clue what we're talking about because he doesn't know like much of Taylor Swift.
No,
Excuse me,
Sean is just trying to start a war here between Izzy and I. All right.
I've done a show.
Not
with
gonna
Denise.
happen, Sean.
I've done a show with Denise for a year. I know exactly what I'm talking about at this point. I couldn't not. Queen Hannah says, let's remember, Taylor is now double Izzy's current age, so she's writing music for all of us depressed adults now. Izzy is still young and happy.
Oh my God.
That could be true too. That could be true too.
I love that comment. That's like my favorite.
We have a few more super chats. Zach Barber says, it's time for Bailey to drop that belt. I don't think so, buddy.
What the heck, Zach? What the heck?
Exactly. Ultra Real says, do you foresee any jumping off the cell spots at the show? It'd be cool to have Roman throw Uso off at the finish. Ooh. If it happens, I think it'll be Jey Uso flying off into something.
Like the Mick Foley, like that would be really cool. That would be awesome. Because I love when they go through the cage. Like, I don't know, there's something like so satisfying about that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. That sounds so weird, but like, it's kind of cool.
Throwback 27.
It's definitely satisfying.
Throwback 27 says 3 endgame scenarios. Roman wins, Rock is his endgame, Randy wins, Edge is the endgame, and Drew wins, AJ is the endgame. Those are amazing choices. WWE has a lot of good stuff that they can set up for right now, and I completely agree with Throwback. And right now is the time you want to be setting up for the Royal Rumble WrestleMania season and getting ready for that. Throwback also says, do you think it's time for Sasha to finally win Hell in a Cell? This would set up something at the Rumble between these two to lead to bigger things. I don't. I actually like the route that Izzy and Denise had kind of mentioned. There's more to this.
I want to go back to like one of his ideas. I do not think The Rock is going to come back. I definitely do not see that. I mean, it would be cool. Like that would be awesome. Like I kind of wish that, but I do not see that. But you never know. You know, they could like, I don't know, pull a bunny out of the hat. Like
Denise.
If they did, it would be a money maker. That's for sure. I would love to see it.
We have. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, it's okay. You go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, Under Armour can maybe do, like, a Roman Reigns and, like, a Rock line. Like, that would be kind of cool. Like, I'm totally down with that. I have some Project Rock stuff.
Okay.
Some collaborations, yes.
Yes, we need that.
There are only 4 matches set for this. I guarantee by the time Denise and I are doing our show on Monday, we're talking about Keith Lee and Braun Strowman having another match. And Keith Lee's probably going to win. Denise, do you see anything else? I mean, do you see anything else getting added to Hell in a Cell? Something's getting added to it.
Okay. So I wrote 2 options. So a few actually, but for this particular match, I had 2 options. So I had Dominic versus Murphy, or if Ray comes back, Ray versus Murphy.
Okay.
So I can see that as an option. I have Biggie on here. I wrote Biggie versus someone.
Biggie versus anyone would be good.
Yeah, Biggie versus someone. And then SmackDown tag titles, I wrote down Rude and Ziggler versus Street Profits. So that's just some of the ideas I was sort of throwing around. But I definitely see Murphy versus somebody and Biggie versus somebody.
Izzy, who would you see winning those matches? And is there anything that you think might get added or that sticks out to you?
So I saw on a website, just like so I can see the whole card, and one of the matches that was a part of it, I don't know if it's like official, but it was Dominic versus Murphy versus Seth. And yeah, that would be really cool. And like, I don't know, I feel like that'd be such a personal match because Seth revealed this secret romance between Aaliyah and Murphy, and I like, who does that? But going back to Denise's like ideas for Dominic versus Murphy, I honestly feel like Murphy would win. Like he would have his little moment. Like somehow Aaliyah would get involved. Big E versus somebody. Depends who that somebody is. I would definitely want Big E to win. And then the last one where it's Robert Roode and Dolph versus the Street Profits. I would have to go with the Street Profits.
I think it's possible maybe they add like Shayna and Nia against Asuka and Lana after this Monday, or just to infuriate me, they'll book Miz and Morrison against Heavy Machinery, even though they're on different brands, just because they face each other all year long. We're going to wrap up. We do have some more super chats, especially one that Denise will love.
Oh, man. What is it?
Tim Travers said...
It's going to be Taylor Swift. It's going to be Taylor Swift.
No, Tim said I gave Taylor Swift's album a listen. And then Anakin says, sorry, Denise, Reputation is still a trash album.
What? God. That has me angry. Like, what the heck? Reputation is really good.
Thank you. That should tell you everything about Reputation right there.
Can I just say, look what you made me do is such a good song to listen to, like when you're working out. Like, it's like the best.
It pumps you up.
Zach Barber, sorry, buddy, you're about to get eviscerated, dude. They've dragged out Bayley and Sasha for over a year. Being on Raw and SmackDown over the summer really stifled the momentum. This story needs to end. I couldn't disagree more. Their team could have kept going, and I would have been like, yeah, this is great. They were the best thing on WWE TV. But they've started the feud. It could continue through April of next year, and I'd be fine. Izzy, how do you feel?
So like I said before, I think this is going to be the end of it. But like you guys were saying, I think it'd be kind of cool if they went like all the way to Rumble, and like Bayley thinks she got rid of Sasha, but really, like if Sasha wins the Rumble, that would be pretty cool. And I kind of think it's really cool that Bayley turns on Sasha, because like before it was like the other way around. So this is kind of like payback and everything. So I just gotta say, like, I love this story. Like, it's so good, and like all the fans are invested in it. At least I am. So that's like mainly why I love it.
Jobber says Sasha wins and this feud must continue until Rumble. And then Tay Boogie says Sasha is 0-2 in Hell in a Cell and 0-5 at Mania, which is wild. Yeah, but she's 1-0 against Izzy, so what does that matter?
In a few years, in 5 years.
In a few years. And here's the thing, Sasha will still be in her prime when you're a young upstart.
Yes, but if you watch Respect, again, everybody was saying slap her, Izzy. I did not slap her. I was being good. I was like, I'm the baby face here. Like, I'm the good hero.
And that's the way you always need to think, even if you're not. Even if you're not. Denise, tell the people where they can find your stuff.
First of all, I'm already just thinking about Izzy and Sasha and us talking about it a couple of years from now. Oh, okay. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Twitter and Instagram @ Denise Salcedo. I'm almost at 10K on Twitter, so come on over. YouTube.com/Denise Salcedo. I'm going to have a bunch of other stuff like posted up there like in the next few days, so make sure you check it out. And that's pretty much where you can find me.
We have somebody in the super chat saying Izzy should be on Quizzlemania. I bet she'd be very entertaining on Quizzlemania.
I would. I think so.
You're also entertaining on your channel at It's Izzy Mania. Tell the people about it. I know you got interviews up there with Tommaso Ciampa and Alex Gracia. I mean, everybody.
Yes, definitely. So across the board, like I said, It's Izzy Mania. Make sure you put in the It's Everybody. On YouTube, It's Izzy Mania. I have my lovely show, The Hot Tag. I preview NXT and AEW, the other brand. And I have some amazing interviews there, like Tommaso Ciampa, Alex Gracia, Jonathan Coachman. So I have some awesome interviews that you will love. And also, if you're wondering, The Hot Tag is on Twitter and Instagram as well, so you don't have to worry about that part. And also, I am on Pro Wrestling Tees. Just look up Izzy Mania, Izzy, whatever you want, and you will find some awesome tees right there.
Guys, check it out. Izzy is going to be somebody that you see in wrestling for a very long time if she so chooses. Thank you guys for joining us. Tune in after Hell in a Cell. I will be here for a post show. But we got Bound for Glory this weekend. We got a UFC show this weekend. Lots of cool stuff. Until next time, we're out.